Hey, this is Tim from Evolve Fitness and Nutrition, and today I'm going to talk about cardio. Cardio is the most hated part of the gym for most people that go to it, or it's the most loved part of the gym for people who are afraid to lift weights. If anyone mentions that they've started a workout program and they're starting to get in shape, the first question most people ask is if they're running. Running is not the only form of cardio, nor is it necessarily the best. The best type of cardio is the type of cardio that you're actually going to do. So the best type of cardio in the world that you'll never do is 0% effective. Even if it's the least effective form of cardio and you are going to actually do it, it's the most effective form of cardio for you. So when you're choosing which type of cardio to do, choose the type that you're going to actually do. When you do cardio, intensity and duration are inversely related, meaning that as the time goes up, the intensity can go down for you to burn the same amount of calories, but if the intensity goes up, your time goes down. If you have low intensity, it could take you 15 to 20 minutes to burn 100 calories. If you increase your intensity, you could probably do it in 5 to 10 minutes, depending on what you're doing. So just think of it that way. If you don't want to be too intense with your cardio, just know that you got to do a little bit more of it for it to be just as effective. If you want to get it done, make it as intense as possible and get it done. High intensity interval training is one way to do quick cardio. That's where you're going pretty all out for a few seconds, as long as you can. And when you think of all out, think of actually going all out, not just going through the motions. So if you're setting your time to 15 seconds, you're going as hard as you possibly can for 15 seconds. So if you get there and you feel like you could have done an extra 30 seconds, this is not the type of cardio that you should be doing, or you should up your intensity. Think of intervals as total 1 minute portions of time. So a good starting point would be like a 10-second high intensity interval followed by a 50-second rest. And then as you get more adapted to that, you can increase to 15 seconds of work, 45 seconds of rest, and you can go from there. But you never want your rest interval to be less than your work interval unless you're training for actual performance as an athlete. So that's high intensity interval training. It's not for everybody. Some people might like steady state cardio. Good forms of steady state cardio include walking, jogging, hiking, cycling, swimming. If you're not going at high intensity, you can do rowing at high or low intensity, so that's pretty versatile. When we're thinking of high intensity, we're thinking like sprints, so as fast as you possibly can go. But you can hike or you can walk at a low intensity for a long period of time, and that can still be effective. It's all about how much time you have. And speaking of time, when you do cardio is also not that important, except for it has to fit into your schedule and it has to fit into your preferences. So if you would like to do morning cardio, go for it. But if you think of morning cardio as the worst possible thing in the world, then you're setting yourself up for failure if you schedule it. So schedule it for the time of day when you're most likely to and when you would most enjoy it. Fasted cardio is not more effective than non-fasted cardio. That's all about total calories in a day. And speaking of cardio and food, those are both ways to reduce your total calorie intake, either directly or indirectly. Directly, you can reduce your total calorie intake by eating less. And indirectly, you could eat the same and increase your cardio, and then in effect, you're actually consuming less because you're burning more. So either way you want to go about it, if you're looking to lose fat, you can manipulate your calories and your time of doing cardio. Whether or not you're trying to lose weight, it's good to maintain a certain level of cardio fitness. A lot of that can be maintained through proper weightlifting though. So if you got a sound lifting program and you're not necessarily trying to lose fat, you can get by with eating good and not doing much cardio at all. But you have to be training at the proper intensity. Most of the days of the week, you should be doing something related to cardio fitness, even if it's just a walk or being as active as you can, even if it is intentionally parking further away from the store so that you have to walk to get there, or choosing to walk down the hall when you're in the office instead of emailing or getting on the phone. However you can work physical activity into your day is going to be great. Sports are also another good option. If you play recreational type of sports, that's a good way to get some calorie burn, get some cardio training. I like to mountain bike, which for me mountain biking means that I hike up a hill alongside my bike, and then I ride my bike downhill. Another thing is hiking, which is I usually do like 5 miles or less at a moderate intensity. Sometimes I bring the dogs, which is a lot of fun. Other times I'm by myself. But either way, the intensity never gets too high, and I'm not out there for very long. Probably an hour to 2 hours at the most. But most of the time, it's 30 minutes. Hope you learned something about cardio that you didn't already know. If not, or if there's more stuff that you'd like to know, let me know and I'll work on it next time. This is Tim from Evolve Fitness and Nutrition, and this is Taco Talks.